Fork seals. Sometimes bikes start leaking out of the forks and you have to change the seals. But most of the time, you really do not have to. You can make your own fork seal saver at home, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do it and how to fix it. Normally, when you get a leak in the forks, that means that you take this to a bike shop and the bike shop is going to give you an estimate of how much it actually costs to fix. And they have to remove the forks, remove the seal, the dust seal, and then add oil. Normally that gets very expensive because it's very labor intensive. The piece itself is not expensive, maybe $40. But most of the time what happens with the fork seals leaking, there's just a piece of debris that gets inside the fork leg, in between the seal and the actual fork metal, and that creates a leak. And most of the times you can fix this very easily at home with no special tools. Some of the things that you might want to consider is that if you have an old motorcycle that's been sitting around a while, it might be a good idea to change the fork oil and the seal. For example, my Honda Goldwing, because it's so old, it might be a good idea to actually change the oil in the forks. On this one, because it's been recently changed, you do not need to do anything. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to fix it yourself and not have a $1,000 bill from taking it to a bike shop. Another thing that you have to consider is that sometimes the oil will get into the calipers, and the calipers and the brake pad start to get glazed. If that happens, you're also going to have to service your brake pads. It might be as easy as scrubbing off the oil on the brake pad or just getting new brake pads themselves. But the oil sometimes will get on the actual disc. That's something to consider. To tell if your fork seal is leaking, if you go in the back, you slide your finger, and then if there's oil on your finger, you have a fork seal issue. There is a dust cap here on the fork leg. If you have conventional forks, it's going to be this way. You just kind of put a flat screwdriver, hopefully something without too sharp of an edge, that way you don't score, and then you lift this up. And you should inspect it for any leakage and just kind of raise it up. And then we're going to have to clean the fork leg itself. Just scrub it pretty well. And then what I like to do is take the cloth, bundle it, and then push it inside the fork and then clean any excess oil, because there's potentially debris inside. Try to cram a screwdriver here, and this one was already loose because I was inspecting it, and then lift it up and just clean all around it. Make sure you get on the inside of the leg itself, because the fork seal is right here. This is not the fork seal, this is the dust seal. So just kind of raise it up, a paper towel or shop towel, and then cram the cloth into the fork and just run it all around. For this, you're going to need a water bottle, something that's got a little bit more of a flat edge. This one's not exactly great, but try to get one that doesn't have any of these ripples. But this will work. It's from another water bottle that I cut. So the goal is to create this shape. What I like about these bottles is that they're already round, so they fit the fork leg really easily. Now I'm going to cut it right down the middle here, like this. We just need a face of it. And now we have a sheet of plastic, and cut along this ripple line. Now I'm going to take a Sharpie, and I am going to draw in the shape that I want. This is the part that's going to curl up like this, make it round, and then this part will kind of go up like this. I'm just going to start cutting. The ripples definitely will get in the way when you start doing this, but it will work. That's what we need. We need that hook on there, so once we put it on the fork, will be able to lift up any dirt and just kind of rotate it around. Now there's a bad side to this sort of plastic. It's too thin. That's why this water bottle that I have, the plastic is a little bit harder. You could buy these plastic things, and it's really cheap. It's like $5, $6. So by Motion Pro, it's much better. But if you are in a pinch, you want to go riding and it's leaking, or you're out touring, you're not going to be ordering anything. So this will work. With the hook facing down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this. Hopefully you guys can see without me obstructing too much. I basically just slid this down past that fork seal. And what I'm going to do is take the plastic and rotate it around the entire fork leg of the bike. And on this T-Max, the plastic is kind of in the way, but you're basically just rotating it all around. Let the bike off the center stand, and I'm going to hold my front brake, and I'm going to do this. Check to see if there's any oil. Nope. It looks pretty good. No oil on my hand. All you have to do now is take your fork, your dust seal, and just push it down so no more debris gets in there. That's pretty much how you fix fork seals 98% of the time, at least most of the time, with just a piece of plastic. In previous times when my fork seals started leaking, I just simply removed the front wheel, removed the forks, added a new seal. But often I did not need to do that. So this is a really good money saver. And you should perhaps look into the fork seal savers online. They're much better built than a piece of plastic like this. But if you are in a bind, this is a great way of fixing your fork seals very cheaply. That's how you fix fork seals for no money at all. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.